What's going on, off the record fans? Today we have some actual news updates for you. And if you've been watching, I always cover a local artist at the end. She's not quite just local, but we'll get into that. So, if you haven't been paying attention in the news lately, there's a whole lot of heat right now with Katy Perry. So again, if you're watching this show, comment down below. We have a chat. Yesterday it was super lively. Had some friends from high school go on and some other friends from the scene. Dee from Tacos for Breakfast also sings with Chestnut Grove. Gonna have her on the show at some point as well. So look at the ladies that went into space here. They almost look like a Disney went with a different direction with the Fantastic Four. If you know how much Disney's been changing things. So let's talk about Katy Perry's Space Odyssey, triumph, trolling, and tenacity. So, April 14th, 2005, pop icon Katy Perry soared to new heights, literally, by joining Blue Origin's first all-female space flight. The 11-minute suborbital journey alongside journalists Galen King, pilot Lauren Sanchez, rocket scientist Aisha Bowe, activist Amanda Nugent, and producer Carrie-Anne Flynn marked a historical moment in space tourism. Perry described the experience as second only to motherhood, bringing a daisy aboard in honor of her daughter, Daisy, symbolizing resilience and love, according to Katy Perry. We've got this star-crafted picture of her. She absolutely looks like one of the members of the Fantastic Four. So let's talk about social media's mixed orbit. So despite the mission's groundbreaking nature, social media's reactions were swift and very sarcastic. Memes mocked the brief duration of the flight with clips like, quote, Katy Perry went to space for 11 minutes. Not a big deal, I guess. Nobody's impressed. The comparisons to short-lived events. Critics, including celebrities like Emily Ratajkowski and Olivia Munn, labeled the trip as environmentally irresponsible and a publicity stunt. We're also talking about a celebrity that has more than enough money for a publicity stunt. Katy Perry is doing pretty good. So, Perry's poised response. So, facing the backlash, Perry took to Instagram to express her feelings, stating she felt like, quote, a human piñata, unquote, amidst of all the online negativity about her travels into space. She emphasized the importance of self-awareness and therapy, sharing that she has removed the, quote, perfect from her vocabulary and is committed to personal growth. Perry also highlighted the emotional connection with her fans, thanking them for their support, including a Times Square billboard organized by her fan base. So, a mission beyond the stars. Despite the criticism, Perry remains steadfast in her mission to inspire. She views her space flight as a testament to female empowerment and a message to young girls that they too can reach the stars, literally and figuratively. And as she continues her Lifetime's tour, Perry carries the experience as a symbol of courage and resilience, aiming to uplift and motivate others through her journey. So, let's talk about this a little bit. It's 2025. If you're paying any attention to what's going on in the United States, there is just it's almost civil war going on right now politically. So there's a lot going on. The economy still hasn't bounced back since the last term of the president, and we'll see if this president can even do anything with it. I feel like people are really, really hurting financially right now. Comment below. Are you feeling the economy right now? I think that's kind of why people are pretty mad. People are barely scraping by being able to pay rent, and Katy Perry went on a little 11-minute trip to space for, I want to say it was a couple $1 million for them to do that. I get it. People aren't really connecting with celebrities right now when it comes to their lavish life and what they're spending. So this is just, again, people just coming right back at people that are in the spotlight right now, showing their angst. I don't blame people for getting mad. It's like we got, hey, D, I'm doing some actual news segments today. Kind of felt like changing it up. So, all right, next segment, metalheads, get ready for to reload your excitement, because Metallica is back with a massive announcement that's about to blow your speakers and your mind. The band has officially unveiled plans for their deluxe reissue of their 1996 album, Load, and it's nothing short of epic. Now, we know Metallica doesn't do anything halfway or half-assed, and this reissue is no exception. Slated for release later this year, the Load Deluxe box will feature more than 30 hours of music. I'll get back to you after the segment, D. Hell yeah. It's gonna have 30 hours of music. Yeah, you heard that right. 30 hours. That's almost enough time to listen to the whole thing while you repaint the garage or rebuild the engine in your car. It's a long time. That is just about what people work for a full-time week. So the box set includes the remastered album in its bluesy, groovy metal glory. Plus, it's funny that now they call Metallica bluesy. In the 90s, people are only calling them metal. It was metal. It was loud. It was metal. But I love that. They do have a lot of blues to their music. So, plus there's unreleased demos they're releasing, studio outtakes, live recordings, and rough mixes that have never seen the light of day. I like that. So we're talking deep cuts, alternate versions, and even some performances pulled straight from the vaults of the mid-90s. So I don't know if you're a Jimmy Eat World fan, but they do that with some of their albums. They actually will release the demo versions of the songs that they record themselves before they go into the studio. It's really cool because you get to hear kind of where they were going with the song at the beginning and then what it sounded like once a producer really reined them in and gave them some really cool ideas. So if that's not enough, we're getting into a book packed with rare photos as well. Essays from the band. Wow, bands are writing essays nowadays. Does Tacos for Breakfast have any essays they've written? And some behind-the-scenes notes detailing the sometimes polarizing era of Metallica's career. Remember, Load wasn't the album that saw Metallica ditch the thrash metal scene and the long hair in favor of southern rock influence, black nail polish, and, well, a lot of open shirts. So fans were divided back then, but history has been kind to the album Load. Songs like Until It Sleeps, as well as King, Nothing, and the song Bleeding Me have aged into a cult classic. This reissue feels like Metallica saying, yeah, we knew what we were doing. So no exact release date has been announced yet from the band, but pre-orders for the deluxe Load reissue are already heating up online. And you can expect a limited vinyl pressing, CD editions, and of course, digital formats for those who prefer to stream their metal. D, comment down below. Do you own vinyl? Do you still have CDs? How do you listen to music? Now I collect vinyl. I kind of got rid of all my CDs. I used to have books after books in my car. But I use iTunes. So, but all right. So D, you comment down below on the on what you feel with the economy after our Katy Perry segment. I hate going to Giant and spending $300 for 2 bags of groceries. Well, first of all, D, your problem is you're not going to Aldi or Lidl. You'll save a ton of money. I tell all the single moms I know, if you're not going to Aldi or Lidl for most of your shopping, you're paying 4 times what you should for groceries. But Giant does have more fresh items like bread and like fresh bread, the bakery, and also produce. So I know you still need to go to Giant for some of that stuff. But let's get into this next segment. I know you guys recognize those faces. Here's what we've got. So, Trump taunts Taylor Swift following lopsided Super Bowl defeat for the Kansas City Chiefs. We're bringing some vinyl. All right, so your vinyl mainly stream loads of chunks of vinyl in the move. Oh, you lost chunks of vinyl. Oh man, that was the big issue with vinyl back in the day was the shipping it. They were always getting damaged. Vinyl breaks so much easier than CDs and tapes and 8-tracks. Man. Yeah, update your store choices. I'm telling you, just a little tip. You can thank me later, D. So let's get back into the Trump's tantrums with Taylor Swift. So in a dramatic intersection of sports, politics, and pop culture, President Donald Trump took a swipe at pop star Taylor Swift following the Kansas City Chiefs' 40-22 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl this year. Hell yeah, Super Bowl. Philly got it. So the game was held at Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. You got to see both Trump and Taylor Swift in attendance, with the former becoming the first sitting president to attend a Super Bowl. There were a lot of historical moments this year right off the bat. So a presidential jab during the White House ceremony honoring the Eagles' victory. President Trump referenced Swift's presence at the Super Bowl, where she supported her boyfriend's team, the Chiefs, tight end Travis Kelce. Trump mockingly asked, quote, "How did that work out?" unquote, in reference to Swift's support for Kelce, and repeated the comment for the humor of it. Not surprised from this guy. This guy's always got some trash to talk. So social media mockery. The day after the Super Bowl, Trump took to his social media platform, Truth Social, to further mock Swift. He claimed, quote, "The only one that had a tougher night than the Kansas City Chiefs was Taylor Swift. She got booed out of the stadium. MAGA's very unforgiving," unquote. Guy's just always talking trash. Let's talk about the crowd's reaction. Reports from the game indicate that Swift was indeed booed when showed on the stadium big screen. While Trump received cheers during the national anthem, Trump shared videos highlighting these contrasting reactions through some fans, even though some fans allegedly cheered for him. It might have been edited. If you've watched the news, everything's heavily edited nowadays. You know, I stopped watching the news for news. It's no matter what channel you're watching. Honestly, if you want to know what's going on in America with the news, watch another country's news channel. You'll get a better grasp of what people think about what's going on and what's actually going on. Oh man, 2025. So, a history of animosity. The tensions between Trump and Swift, it's not new. Swift endorsed Joe Biden in the 2020 election and Kamala Harris in the 2024, leading Trump to post on Truth Social, "I hate Taylor Swift. Everybody knows." The guy's always ready to talk trash. Honestly, it's kind of the thing I like about him. Not that I like him. It's just we're from Philly. We like hearing people talk trash. When he talked trash about Philly, we loved it. We gave it right back. We still hated him, but we gave it right back. So public and media reactions. Trump's comments have drawn a lot of criticism from Swift fans and some social media outlets, questioning why the president focused on mocking a pop star instead of addressing pressing national issues. It's a great point. Conclusion. The incident underscores the ongoing cultural and political divisions in the United States, with public figures like Trump and Swift symbolizing opposing sides. As the 2024 election cycle continues to influence the public, such clashes between politics and pop culture are most likely going to persist. I mean, our president was a star. He had a reality show. People completely forget what Trump was before he took office. And honestly, don't be surprised if another celebrity or someone that's in the spotlight becomes president in the future. The door's wide open at this point. So let's get out of the Taylor Swift Trump stuff. I'd love to hear him talk more trash. I'd actually like to hear from Taylor. I love how she doesn't really say anything, but the Swifties, man, they even think you're throwing any heat at Taylor. They're coming at you. Love you, Swifties. Don't kill me. You can try to cancel me. I don't care. So, talking about Taylor Swift, Hayley Williams is actually really close with Taylor Swift. If you didn't know this, they actually they do write music together. Hayley Williams has a solo album out. If you haven't listened to that, go and listen to it. Amazing. It's really good. And I believe some of the songs she did write with Taylor Swift for that album. So let's get into Paramore's label deal and the reinvention. The alt icons make a bold move. Yeah, they're really taking a page from Taylor Swift. That's some of the things I love about Taylor Swift is how she just like boss babed her way with all the record deals and everything. It's interesting. There's always a political clashes within music. Yeah, it's definitely more present nowadays with social media. There's a lot more voices getting involved. So, after nearly 2 decades as an alt-rock royalty band, Paramore is flipping the script once again. The band that helped define the early 2000s emo pop exploration is stepping into a new era, both musically and professionally. Their latest power move, signing a new label deal that gives them kind of an autonomy typically reserved for industry veterans and trailblazers. So this month, 2025, Paramore announced that they had entered into a unique distribution partnership with Warner Music Group. It's one of the biggest record labels that's out right now. But this isn't your typical major label deal. Sources close to the band suggest that Paramore negotiated full creative control and ownership of their masters. It's a Taylor Swift move. I love it. And increasingly rare feat in today's streaming-driven music economy, for sure. it is a move that only veterans in the scene get with these record labels. The guys that are making the big money, that have a say, that don't really even need the record labels. So it's a setup that mirrors recent moves by, again, like I said, Taylor Swift. And it's seen by many as a play to secure a long-term artistic freedom and financial equity for the band. The band, Williams, guitarist Taylor York, and drummer Zach Faro, they've also been dropping hints of the reinvention. Their last album, This Is Why, was already a left turn, and it blended post-punk and danceable gloom with sharp commentaries and a palpable sense of disillusionment from the band. Now, rumors are swirling that their next project may push even further into experimental territories. I'm down. I love seeing bands really push it and make stuff that most of their fans don't like. So, in recent Instagram story from York, showed a synth-heavy studio session with cryptic visuals. Like, the drummer Pharaoh teased weird beats and grooves that don't sound like Paramore yet, he said. And then add to that Williams' solo outings, which leaned into art pop and ambient influences. You've got a picture of a band unafraid to break their own mold so far with how they're commenting what they're showing. So let's not forget the cultural capital Paramore holds right now, as Gen Z rediscovers emo through TikTok and the festival lineups increasingly tilting nostalgic. Paramore's influence has only grown due to these two things. So their impact can be seen in the rise of acts like Meet Me at the Altar and Olivia Rodrigo, artists who openly cite Paramore as a foundational influence to their art. Again, they've been making music for 20 years now. Hayley Williams doesn't look like she's aged at all. She looks great. So, but Paramore isn't content to be a legacy act yet. This new chapter positions them as both gatekeepers and revolutionaries in the alt scene. So they're making business moves with pop-punk ethics, crafting sounds that challenge genre boundaries, and redefining what longevity looks like for a band born out of Warped Tour chaos. And in 2025, Paramore is doing what they've always done best, evolving loudly and doing it on their own terms. Yeah, Dee just commented that she is hot AF. Definitely not my type of build for the ladies, but she is absolutely gorgeous. I love her voice. I did an interview with the manager of Creed, Kyle Gerhardt. He also is their front of house sound engineer for them, Lit, Hinder, and the band Fuel. He manages those bands as well. And I asked him in the interview, best vocalist you've ever done sound for live? Like, who blew you away hearing them sing? And he said, hands down, Hayley Williams. He said, you're just controlling the sound of her voice. There's no plugins making her sound better. He said she's just got this badass belting power, and she can also just sing quietly. She's an amazing singer. If you really listen to the notes she hits and the power behind them, man. So, if you watched this show before, every live episode, I like to give a local shout out to a band. And this artist isn't just local, but let's start talking about Philadelphia's Erin Fox, a voice of resilience and innovation in the indie music scene. Philadelphia's indie music scene has long been a cradle for emerging talent, and Erin Fox stands out as luminary among them. A singer-songwriter, a multi-instrumentalist, Fox has been an integral part of the city's musical tapestry for almost 2 decades, evolving from assembling performances to leading her own chamber pop group. Erin Fox and the Hounds is the name of her band. Their unique blend of classical instrumentation and contemporary flair has graced the stages at prominent festivals like Philadelphia Folk Festival and the Music Fest up in Allentown area, captivating audiences with their lush arrangements and their storytelling. Let's get the pop up. So, Erin Fox is also singing for the Rock Orchestra. So, here's a picture of her in all of her glory. She looks like an emo queen in that picture, doesn't she? She's definitely seen royalty, I'll tell you that. So we talked about a local band the other day. It's All Right Jr. The lead singer, Jace Miller, is her husband. I've known them both. I want to say I've known Erin for 13 years, 14 years, since 2010 when I started working at Sam Ash. Her and her sister both came in. They were involved in bands. And I've known Jace, I think, for a little. It was right after Sam Ash, or it was right before Sam Ash. So I've known both of those guys, both of those musicians, for 15 years. Great people. So let's get back into Fox. So Fox's discography is a testament to her artistic versatility and depth. Her 2023 album, For Your Loss, delves into themes of grief and healing, offering listeners a poignant exploration of personal loss. The album, co-produced with Scott Radway, showcases Fox's ability to intertwine introspective lyrics with compelling melodies. So earlier works like Fuzzy Logic in 2021 and Forbidden Youth in 2018 further show her range, blending indie pop sensibility with folk and alternative rock elements as well. Beyond her solo endeavors, Fox contributes her vocals to the Rock Opera, a theatrical rock ensemble known for its dynamic performances. Her collaborations extend to sharing the stage with notable artists like Molly Turtle, Shaky Graves, and reflecting her respected position within the music community. Fox's journey has not been without challenges, though. In candid interviews with Canvas Rebel, she recounted overcoming personal trauma and subsequent struggles with PTSD, experiences that profoundly influenced her music and her advocacy. Her resilience and commitment to authentically show her love for the scene really inspire both the fans but also fellow musicians. Currently, Erin Fox is channeling her creative energies into a new album. It's anticipated to release this year, and she continues to evolve. Her contributions to Philly's music scene remain significant, marked by a blend of innovation and emotional depth and unwavering dedication to her craft. So in the information down below on this video, I will include the link to her website for her music. Definitely add her to your tunes. Amazing singer. I've known her, again, for almost 2 decades. Can't wait to get her on here for an interview after she gets off the road with the group she's touring with right now, the Rock Orchestra. So that's all I have for today, guys. If you like the show, make sure you hit that like button. Definitely share this show with a musician. If you know any local bands that deserve a shout out, let me know. My name's Luke.